So yeah, I'm not gonna let anyone get me down or anything like that or whatever. Like it's been a long road. I had to release a lot of like friendships and and I don't have any animosity towards anyone or inherently I don't think anyone's bad people, but I had to breathe for a second so I can think and have more clarity. And the more time that I'm involved with people and like friendships and stuff like that too much, that's the less time I have to take care of myself, and it makes it really difficult because I have enough energy. I don't even have enough energy to really take care of myself anymore, and it's hard. And I have a plethora of different medical issues, so it's just not like, my low ferritin levels, but that's a side effect of of things happening with me, and I've always dealt with depression and anxiety, so that's something that's been real for me all my life. Um, but I can say like I'm better in certain senses in a lot of different sense. I've built more resilience. I'm not as emotional in a sense of like doing things and getting angry and then like making decisions off of anger and stuff like that type of thing. Like, obviously, like I need to keep my kindness and my softness, which I do have, but I'm more resilient in the sense too that I know how to say no and set boundaries and stuff like that and really vet out what's happening in front of me, because you never know who a person really is, but when you do realize who they are, it's good to have that strength to know that, like, listen, I am not going to accept that. I'm going to say no thank you and I'm going to move forward. And I had to do a lot of that this year too as well. um and just like I'm learning how to take care of myself. I took care of people all my life. I never really learned how to take care of me. And so this is so different, because my structure, I have to build it from the bottom up. So if it's a house and the foundation, I have to build this foundation up and stuff, because like I never learned how to build a foundation. I never knew how important it was to actually love yourself and take care of yourself and set boundaries and say no. At some point I'm worried about, oh well, if I say no, then like people are gonna take yourself away from you. But those people were never there anyway. So Khadijah, like, relax. Like, you're not losing anything, because whatever has was there wasn't there to begin with. It wasn't there with integrity. It wasn't there with honesty. It wasn't there with authenticity. Like, people were using you for what you had, and that's something you have to come to terms with, that there was no real love there. Like, people were using you to benefit themselves.